Alrighty. So today's a bit of a different kind of day, obviously, since you can tell already. Um, what I've done is that I did some googling. Not that I've done some googling beforehand, and that's kind of why I have an idea on the exercises that I have been doing. But I wanted to create a better template that I can use uh, daily. And so what I did is I looked up some videos of from Jeff Nippard. Be sure to I'll put that in the subscription. The one video that in particular that I'll be talking about in reference to. Um, but what I've done is that I have organized my daily stuff. I've already said it a few times what I'm doing, but this is a more visual tracking device. It's a more visual representation of what I'm planning on doing. Um, and I also, set a goal there, 300 pounds, right here. That'll be the objective for this 14-week period. So in 14 weeks, that's going to be quite a bit of weight. It's going to be 80 pounds. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily that I have to make it to that goal. I don't know if that's a reasonable or attainable in 3 months, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just take it as we go. But that is going to be the determined. I want to be at 300 pounds. I'm 6'2". I use one of those weight scales. One of the scales that I have. It does one of those. Of course, it's a scale. It's not a doctor's analysis of my body composition or anything like that. But it is a good ballpark. I would personally argue. It gives you something to aim for. And I believe, let me double check before I lie to you, that it mentions that my fat-free body weight is 259, and my normal weight is 381. 380 is what it's been fluctuating in between for however long I can remember for a while. So yeah. So if 259 is is my goal, that means that we have 40 pounds of fat still once I reach the goal of 300 pounds. That's not to say, though, that I won't gain any muscle mass, because I definitely will, or at least I'll be maintaining it, what have you. So yeah. So here's what I have, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we go through the whole week. I have, Friday is pretty much your arm day. Saturday is going to be my legs. And then Sunday is my core as well as chest. Now, I do want to talk about how I will be missing a big chunk of your body, and that is your back. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I don't really know how to do any back exercises appropriately. I don't know. I don't have like a row machine. I know there's obviously alternatives with free weights. I haven't looked into that yet. So odds are Thursday will not be a rest day. It'll be a back day. And then I might, yeah. I've also decided that cardio, I think, is going to be something that I will do. I'm not going to, do sprints or something ridiculous. I have a bike. I like to ride my bike. And I'm in a convenient location where I can, there's like a circuit. It's not really a circuit, but it goes into full circle. And I'll be doing that. I did the distance. I put it in Google Maps and pasted out. So it's gonna be 2.5 kilometers for one lap, and that one lap is 7 minutes long. So your your cardio should be, let's just for simplicity, I'm just gonna do 2 laps, 14 minutes of cardio every day. It's not going to be anything insane. I mean, I ride my bike pretty quick, pretty often. It might be a little less time than that, but whatever. I'm going to be doing. It'll be a total of 5 kilometers on a bike. I don't really know what that translates to. I've never really scienced my biking before, but it's what it is. In the video I did watch, though, I recommend you watch that again. It's in the description or whatever. Is that it talks about ways to optimize, maybe not be the best word, but essentially optimize weight loss, and just to optimize a better physique. Um, so what they mentioned is, high protein, and how, a good ballpark way to kind of estimate how much you should be having every day is, a gram per centimeter in your height. So I, you know, did my centimeter. Obviously, in centimeters, I'm 187. So I just went to, I just converted that. Obviously, it's 1-for-1. Easy maths. So 187 grams of protein. That's per day, I believe. And also on the right, you can see I've got this intake thing going on. We'll talk about that in a second. But as you can see already, I haven't been up for too long. I woke up today at like 3 in the morning, so 3 a.m. It's 10 a.m. now. I haven't done any workout or anything like that. You'll see that probably. I'll still do the before I work out, I'll have my little bit. But yeah, so as you can see, I don't think 187 protein is going to be too hard to reach. I'm already at 40, 50. I'm already at like 55ish. I'm already, I'm like a quarter of the way there, and I'm a quarter way through the day. I don't think it'll be too hard, especially with the yogurt. The yogurt is super high in protein and it's really low in calories, so that'll be an easy exploit, I guess. I do have whey protein powder. It's kind of expensive. I don't have a lot of the disposable income right now, but when that becomes available, I'll definitely add that into my regular diet. Just whey protein, nothing fancy, no like vegan version or anything. That just basic whey protein powder, whatever. So yeah, so what they talk about is how to optimize it, and so what they say is high protein satiates your body for longer times. In order to lose weight, you have to have an energy deficiency, which is just a caloric deficiency. So I did put in here. I put in, I'm 380 pounds, I'm 6'2", and I'm 22 years of age. And so in order to lose, 2 pounds a week, I should be eating 3,800 calories per day. I think that I can probably do a lot. I can probably safely eat a lot less than 3,800 calories. In the video, the one guy, I wish I remember people's names, but the guy at the very beginning that Jeff is talking to, he mentions that, at a higher range, like at a higher percentage, like what to aim for. I think he says between 0.5% to 1.5% body weight, but 1.5 is the higher end of that, and that's only if you are, a larger person. I am morbidly obese. Very awesome, very cool. Not many people have that badge of honor. So I do believe that I can definitely decrease my caloric intake per day significantly more in order to lose weight faster. It is cool though to see that they do have this this little kind of whatever this is. What the fuck is this? It's this kind of template here. It's kind of interesting how it says, if you really want to lose a lot of weight really quick, this is what you should be doing. I actually didn't notice this when I originally was looking at this, so I'll have to look at it. Lead to plateau your progress. I'm gonna ignore that. I think what I'll do, rather than going, from 2,000, calories to 4,800, I think what I'll do is I'll probably just stick with I'll try and aim for just 3,000 calories a day. I'm gonna really lowball it. I think that should be fine. I mean, if I'm feeling sick or if I'm gonna die, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna. It needs to be comfortably sustainable, but I have to also understand that there is gonna be some discomfort. But if I am miserable the whole time, I would argue that the success of this goal, this dieting goal, and exercising and everything will just be unattainable. It just won't happen. And the idea is that after lose a bunch of weight, it needs to be consistent and a lifestyle. Weight loss isn't just a weak thing. It's a lifestyle, dog. Anyways, so yeah, I need to lose however many calories. I haven't calculated what that would be if I were to eat this many calories and I'm this much weight. How much do I need to eat to lose, 1.5% of my body weight weekly? I do think that was 5 pounds per week. I can definitely tell you right now, I probably haven't lost 5 pounds for the first week, but of course, it's more of a long-term thing. I need to kind of, after, the first month or, the differences in my physique will hopefully be noticeable. Even if that's just, bigger muscle mass or being more toned, I don't know, whatever. But, yeah. Also, we have here, it comes down to macros, which is, following your protein intake, your, calories and your fats and what have you. I think there's another one, whatever. Of course, I'm not a super genius health man. I just learn what I see on YouTube and off the internet and what I read. That's about it. And pretty much if I'm ever quoting someone, odds are that I just misunderstood something and I'm wrong, not them. So don't feel like, oh, this person's giving fake information. No, it's probably because I'm fucking stupid and I am regurgitating it wrong. But anyways, it comes down to macros. Really, it comes down to calorie intake. You can eat, a slice of cake. Just, be aware of the calories that it's going to be, that you're eating. It's not going to be very satiating. I think they call it, like, the thermal effect. So it'll have a lower thermal effect, meaning that you don't get as much energy from it. I'm not 100% sure on what the thermal effect means, but ultimately my understanding is that a slice of cake is going to maybe be equal to, chicken breast in calories, but the contents of the chicken breast will be more satiating and therefore will help you maintain your diet because it'll be high in protein, which digests differently compared to just fats and sugars, which is just you absorb that much quicker, and so it won't be as sustainable. It's also just healthier. But so what they say is, a way to easily monitor this. By the way, I'm looking at this emphasis corner here. I probably should have said that. But anyways, so I'm looking at here. So the macros, then the single ingredient food items. That's another way to kind of, like this is what's good for you. If you're eating something that is, been, highly processed, what have you, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more work to know what's inside of it. Whereas if you're just eating a kiwi, which is super good, not a huge deal. It's just a kiwi. There's no whole lot to worry about. You know that it's probably going to be fine to eat. Same with, eggs. When I put bread down, I'm eating, milled, stone milled bread. It's very basic. It's easy to understand, at least for me. I don't know really what the reasoning for it was, really what they said before. I kind of got distracted, of course, throughout the video because it was like the third time I watched it. But anyways, yeah. So just if something, you can assume that, just a banana is better than, a banana cake, if that's a thing or not. Anyways, prevent easy snacking. So designed for laziness. This is what the lady says near the end. And so she talks about how, if you want to not eat cookies, then you should probably keep them out of sight. She talks about maybe, putting things in a container that is not see-throughable. You can't see through it. And that'll, keep it out of your mind. Put a lid on it, make it inaccessible, and out of sight, out of mind is what really it is. And if you put something that's inconvenient to get to, I feel like I can reach most things. I don't have that problem in my house, at least. So I'll just need to hide stuff. Which means just putting it in a cupboard. And I think what I'll do is that I'll have a cupboard for the people I live with. And they, for example, he bought butter tarts. I'll probably have a butter tart. I'll try not to. But, I'll keep that in mind. I can have one. It's just, if I have one, make sure I accommodate for that. But anyways, they also mentioned that as well in the video, But yeah, I'll probably put their, snacks and their unhealthy foods in a separate cupboard from where I'm going to keep my, tuna and my basic baby bread and just peanut butter and what have you. I got my coffee in there. Haven't had a coffee yet today. Very sad. That's why it's not on there. I will be drinking, though, some, 0-calorie drinks. I don't think aspartame is a huge issue. I don't know. I know everyone's kind of divided on it, but what I'm looking at is the calories. So let's hope that we don't find out that aspartame, I'm sure there's some study that says it'll make me get a brain tumor, but let's hope that doesn't happen. That's going to be a big feels bad. But if it does happen, I will have a will, and my buddies, you guys can fight over my D&D books and my mangas and my computer, Maybe one of you guys will get my computer. You all have computers, though. Luke doesn't. Luke, you can have my computer when I die from the brain tumor from aspartame. There you go. He has a laptop. What a loser. Am I right? Anyways. So prevent easy snacking. Pretty obvious. Out of sight, out of mind. Calorie counting, as you can see, I'm already doing that on the right here. It just keeps it, it keeps you engaged in the act of healthier eating, right? You're conscious of it more constantly, and when you're eating, that has a direct correlation to your weight. Obvious, that's just, we know that now, and so that'll help me maintain what's going on. I'm obviously gonna eat more in the day. That's not all I'm gonna have. I'm keeping track of it in my phone first, and then I'm updating in here. But for the sake of example, I just started doing this today. I put this together at whatever in the morning. But I wanted to have an example of how I'm going to organize it, right? So I've got, the quantity, how many of what item I'm having, the total calorie of that item that I ate, and then the total protein as well from that item. And I wanted to have the protein there so that I can try and aim for the target of 187 grams of protein. Because the idea is that when I'm losing weight, I don't want to be losing muscle mass. If anything, I would like to try and gain muscle mass. But I think that's kind of difficult to do while you're also losing weight. Anyways, whatever. And then also, I thought this was a really cool idea. The guy, I think near the end, I don't know whatever. If you watch the video, you'll know what parts I'm referring to. He talks about low recency. So really quickly to sum it up, short-term goals and then long-term goals. He uses the example of a donut. If you eat that donut, you're going to be really happy right now, but long-term, you're probably going to regret it. What is more important to you, the long-term goal or the immediate dopamine kick? My hope is that will be enough to, keep me. I would prefer to be beautiful when I go to the beach and have people come over and say, "Oh man, I really want to eat off your abs," and then I lay down and they have their little meal there, and they're like, "It's really good," and then maybe they lick the plate, but it's actually me they're licking. Oh my God. Whew. Jeez, I got real spicy really quick. But you get the point, right? Short-term goals versus long-term. I would hope that everyone agrees that a long-term goal, generally speaking, is more important. Or at least it'll have greater benefits in this particular situation. I'm sure I had some other thoughts. I really don't have any today. This is before I work out. I'll probably go work out right after this video. Or after this chunk. You'll see that in a second. You'll get that confirmation if I did or not. But this is it. This is what I'm going to do. So I'll do my, my just chest core exercise today. And then later on in the day, I'll go for a bike ride really quick. And that'll be that. And then every single day I'll go for a little bike adventure. I will be obviously updating my daily calories intake. What I'll do, I think, actually, is that I will upload my videos super late. It'll be like 11:30 or something, and I will put in. I'll attach my daily calorie intake for that day at the end of every video. I think that'll be a good way to ensure that I am doing that. Let me get to that. I'm going to forget. I'm sure it'll be routine after a certain time, but add calorie overall consumption daily. Okay, yeah, so what I'll do is that so when this video goes up, it'll be way later in the night. But I will add this whole chunk here will be filled out of my entire day's intake, and that'll give me an understanding of what I can get by with eating. For the first 2 weeks, I want to kind of just eat when I'm hungry to see what that results in if I actually have to intentionally maybe like starve myself. Not like starve, obviously, I'm not going to die, but I want to see if just listening to what my physical body needs is enough for me to lose weight, or if I have to intentionally force myself to maybe eat at certain times. Like, how much management does my intake need to be in order to see results? So that's where I'm at. Super awesome, super dope. I hope the thumbnail from yesterday wasn't too inappropriate. I thought it was kind of hilarious, but I felt like it's probably not very good. So yeah, here's what I got. Super dope, super awesome. I can see that this is all weird. Let me fix that. Very important that you watch this, There we go. Oh yeah, all three will be also, all of these exercises will just be in 3 sets within like an 8 to 12 rep range for each set, which means, I'll do 8 to 12 curls, and I'll do those in 3 chunks. And that's what a rep and set is. So yeah, I don't know if I really have to go over this really much, but an arm curl, very simple, side lateral. Make sure you're using your shoulder, not like your like back thing. I was doing that for a while when I would like use my back here, this whatever muscle. I was kind of compensating for my shoulder, but you're not supposed to do that. Otherwise, you're not working at your shoulder. Skull crushers, I do laying down on a bench. I use an easy bar, and I essentially lay down, and I have it this view. Picture me laying down, and I'll do this, and I'll have it behind my head, and I'll go like this, blah 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 blah. And that's what I'll do for that. So skull crusher, not really, but whatever. And the front lats, same thing. Try not to use your back muscle because you're kind of cheating that way. I'm sure. I mean, like, not this week, but next week I'll definitely have something for a back exercise. I just have to Google it. I just have to go out of my way and figure that out. But for now, this is fine. And that'll probably take up Thursday's slot. I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast. I can feel it. But yeah, so the back will come, just not right now. I don't have like a row machine, which would be so perfect. It'd make it so much easier. A row machine and like an actual, the machines make things very easy. Or not easy per se, but it takes away a lot of the work of having to Google shit. Leg stuff, single leg squat I find is better for my booty. I can feel it more in my butt cheeks. And it's just overall a better exercise. You're targeting a specific part of your body, a specific muscle, and obviously you're going to see greater results. The deadlift thing, I still don't know what it's called. The calf raise and then physio ball, I just lay down and I curl the ball up and down. Kind of a balancing thing. It's kind of hard to do. And then I just have, I do the dumbbell press, laying down flat. I didn't do it at 45. I then do the butterfly, and then I'll do a plank, and then I'll do leg raises. The plank will be a bit different. I think what I'll do is that'll be still 3 sets, but each set will be 20 to 40 seconds long. That's something else that I saw. I think Jeff was talking about that, and he was also talking about proper form and things like that. I don't know if I have the physical capability of doing the more advanced plank. But once I do get to the point where the plank is kind of a waste of time and pretty easy, I will definitely upgrade to that other version. I'll also link that in there as well. I'll write that down. Core video. And then also the other one. Other video. Depending on how, though, all this goes, how everything goes here, I will probably buy, if this works out fine, I'll just keep doing it. Whatever, not a big deal. If I start to plateau, I'll mix it up probably. But if this 100% fails, I actually have already purchased a few athlete. I've purchased a few workout plans. I bought one with Athlete-X, and it's very kind of comprehensive. It has like a whole calendar system, and you just kind of check the box, and it's like, here we go, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. He walks you through it pretty easily. I personally found that a lot of the exercises I just couldn't physically do. I don't think I bought the one that was really dedicated to really fat people. I'm strong, but I just can't, like, I can't do push-ups, for example. There's no way I can do a leg raise when people are doing like a pull-up or something. I don't have the physique for that. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing. A lot of the stuff that I can't do now, I would really love to go to and see, what am I missing out on. But I do have the one from Jeff. I have one of his classes. I don't know 100% what that is, but that's not a problem right now because we're still filling this one out. But I will probably go to Jeff's paid guide once this fails, or if this fails. I assume at some point I'll probably plateau, but if that's only if things are going really well. So anyways, I think that's it. It's been pretty much a week. I'm gonna definitely do the exercise today. I'm putting way too much work into this to not do it. And when I'm beautiful, I can just find like a sugar mama, and she'll just pay for my life, and I'll just stay home and play video games or something, and exercise. So I'm beautiful when she comes back, and I'll be like, dinner, a bath, or me. That's what I'll say. And of course, she'll pick me every time, hopefully. Anyways, I'm sure I talked really fast in this video. I'm sure I mumbled quite a bit as well. Sorry about that. You're going to see right after this my pre-little workout banter. Maybe not even, honestly. I don't think I have to. I think that's kind of a waste of time. I'm going to do it. Whatever. This is it. I will have, though, at the end, the calorie intake, and I'll be doing that every day. And it'll be dated, obviously, like you can see it's July 14th. So, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds dope. Thanks for watching. Sounds good. If you're content, you'll forever be stagnant. Boop. How long has this video been? 27 minutes. Jesus Christ.